G'day, Birdman Pete with you again for the fourth set of exercises for multi-rotor pilots. And today we've got two very different exercises. Well, the first one isn't so very different. It's an extension of the last in set 3. It's an extension of that yaw exercise, but it won't take you very long. And then we get on to exercise 2 for today, and that is really different. Those who've trained with me personally say it's liberating. The aim of this test is to see whether you can fly and walk at the same time. We are on the base about to launch. Coming off the base nice and cleanly. Well, that's not too clean. Stabilise that please, Pete. And then we're going to walk forward to the outer marker. Here we go. And the object is to remain the same distance behind the aircraft. Okay, hover established now, going forward. That's 2 meters in front of me. Hover there for a few seconds and then start the backwards move. Again, maintaining that 2 meter distance. Takes a bit of practice. Okay, we're hovering over the base point and we're about to yaw right. Here we go, round to the right. Bring your body exactly, get in line with the aircraft, that's better. I should have gone further left still, that's better now. Going forward to the right hand marker and hovering. Now here we're going to turn 180 degrees. This is a fair test, I promise you. And I didn't do too very well, and the GoPro didn't quite catch that, but it wasn't good, I can tell you. Okay, we're stabilised in the new position, lining up to fly straight across base to the far left hand side waypoint, maintaining the 2 meter separation. And here we're going to 180 degree rotate, getting my legs behind the aircraft. That was much better that time. Being right behind it makes it much easier in these early stages. Okay, back to the launch point and down we go. There you are. Not too bad. Now we really stretch things. This time we're going to be in the air for about 8 minutes. Launching and going to 500 mils. And we've got the wind behind us and over our left shoulder. Making our way steadily forward, trying to stay at about the same height. You'll see me dropping down and rising up a fair bit, but I'm aiming to be between knee and waist height. And I'm lining up with that tree straight ahead. And you can see little yaw adjustments to try and keep the tree in the centre. That's a little bit better, but I've slid out to the right hand side now, and now I have to slide back to the left a little bit. Okay, got the tree more or less central now, and onwards we go. The real test of this exercise is maintaining that 2 meter distance between your eyes and the aircraft. Now it's time to yaw to the left. I'm getting my legs round behind it. Now the view from the onboard camera, and off we go to waypoint 2. See how the aircraft is definitely down on the left? Chance for a little tricksy here. So we've done a right hand yaw and now we're doing left hand translational. You've done it all before, across the front of the decorative display. Over to this post. This is another novelty of this location. So having flown straight towards the post, up we go. This is higher than you've gone on any of the exercises with my approval, that is. Here we are at about 4 meters. Now coming down, ease, gain, ease, gain, ease, ease, and down. Not bad. Up into the air again, and this time I'm going to get my feet round behind it as we yaw to the right. I'm moving left, the aircraft's yawing right. There's our new waypoint, back across that mosaic area. A little bit low. And notice how the right hand side of the aircraft is now low, because the wind's coming from the right, of course. Making steady progress now along the edge. Sliding to the left, gaining a little height so you can see a bit of the lake. Just a hint. Little right hand slide there to get back onto the middle of the track, and off we go, the 2 meters. Fairly good positioning. I really enjoy flying this aircraft. It's just a little bit rolly. I'm going to reduce the throw with dual rates so that it's less inclined to swing from right to left. We're coming to an area which is a picnic spot because there are yabbies in this lake. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yabbies. And the locals like to come down here of an evening, grab a few yabbies and retire under the tree onto the benches and have a snack. Very nice too. I approve. Now when we get to this tree, we're going to do a battery check. So I'll be landing for that. And down we go. From recollection, the voltage here was 11.2 volts, which is getting low, but there's still a bit of go at 11.2. So I'm going to restart without changing the batteries so that you get the chance to hear the battery alarm when it detonates a little bit further down the track. I've noted it, no idea how much progress we'll make before that happens, but them's the chances you take. A blizzard of leaves as we cruise through this little gap in the seats here. Doesn't do the props much harm, I suppose. And yawing round to the right. Now the problem is here that we're going to be looking into the sun unless we're very careful. So having yawed to the right to avoid the sun, I now have to find a way of getting to the next waypoint without turning towards the sun. And the trick is, once I get out from under this tree, which actually hits the camera as I step underneath it, is to go into left-hand translation. Or there's the tree that hit me. I promised to have my own back a little later. And now we're in left-hand translation, or moving on to the next waypoint. Not going too badly in maintaining the height. That's about 500 mils. Now we are approaching the turning for our next waypoint. The next waypoint are those rocks straight ahead of us to the left of the playground area. Okay, the battery needs to be changed this time. No guess it's about that, so it's landing time. And restart. Off we go with a fresh battery, heading straight towards the rocks, between the rocks and a little tree, about 500 mils high, although I get very low as I go through here. You'll see, I think I actually touch the ground. Yep, that was a touch for sure. Okay, so there's the landing area in sight. I'm not going to land on the launch pad because you may remember it was covered in lead weights and old batteries and stuff. So I'm going to go into line immediately behind the launch pad and touch down. I'm sliding my feet across behind the aircraft as I line up for final, and in we go, and down, and down, and that's it. All over. Dead easy. Well, did you think that looked like fun? You wait till you try it for yourself. It is really liberating because at last you're free of those cursed markers and altitude becomes much less critical. You'd be amazed at the progress you make when you're doing this. I wish you all the best of luck. See you next time.